everybody. This is me again, coming to you by the way of live broadcast. Um, well, today basically is free topic again, and my topic is really based on how I know that there is a God. Well, for starters, I believe there is a God because of this wonderful creation around me that I see every day when I get up. I see that the earth is still here. I see that I'm breathing. I can move my eyes. My blood is still running warm through my veins. I have movement in my limbs. I could still eat. I still see my family members and I still can hear from them. My health is still in check. That's how I know that there is a God. First of all, He created everything here in this world. Everything. He didn't just create you and I, but He had to have created the world that we're in order for us to be here. Because if He hadn't created this world, where would we be put? If there is no earth, if everything was just totally blank. Just like think of a blank easel, easel with your palette. You have your background paper or whatever that you want to use to paint on, and it's blank. It's waiting for you to make something real, to come to life on that in that painting. You start out with your background, but guess what? It's going to be blank still until you put something there. So it's just like this earth, this world, it started from nothing. Darkness. There wasn't even light. There wasn't anything that could be seen, could actually be felt or touched like it is now. And while we are experiencing being here, our Father allowed us to be able to enjoy the things that are here. In the beginning, it started out where He created the heavens and the earth. It was void. There was nothing here in the beginning until God first started creating. So if this was not to have happened, we wouldn't be here. I wouldn't be here to tell you how I know that there is a God. And I know because He also woke me up this morning. I'm clothed in my right mind. I have the ability. I have the use of my limbs. I can go outside and I can smell the fresh air out there. I can see that beautiful sun shining. Actually, you can see back here behind me that the sun is coming through my window. The light. So if there wasn't a God, how could the sun actually shine all over everywhere that it's shining? It wouldn't even be existing before you and I woke up. When the night was still there, there was the moon and the stars and those govern the night. The sun governs the day. So if he hadn't created these things, would you be able to tell me who did? I really don't think so. I don't believe that nobody can come in my presence right now and tell me that they know who created the heavens and the earth other than God himself. So if you can, we're going to write a book on you, okay? We're going to write a book on you, and we're going to make sure it gets published ASAP. And if you tell me that you blew into my nostrils and allowed me to breathe, then we're going to make sure we might not just write a book about you, but we're gonna make some money too. But of course I wouldn't want to make any money off you, because there wouldn't be any truth in your words. But I believe first my Father, and my Father, he is the creator of everything. He allowed me to come and go. He allowed me to be able to enjoy being at home, going about. If I want to go shopping, he gives me that choice. He's also here to make sure that we survive. No, he don't want us to try to seek to save our lives, but he wants us to lose our lives for his sake. And that's what I want to do, because he allowed us to share in all of this creation. It's time for us to give back to him. We got to give back to him. But anyway, and he also allowed me to still be in my right mind. There's been some times where I've had difficulties in thinking as an adult. I've been where I was back in like a child state of mind, and I've had a lot of bumps and curves, and I never want anybody to think that I don't believe in God, because I do. I wouldn't be in your presence, first of all, and next of all, I wouldn't be able to speak of him if I didn't believe that there was a such thing as God. Also, he's a God of mercy. He's a God of love. He's a God of understanding. He's a peaceful God. He's a jealous God. He's an omniscient God, omnipresent God. He goes by a lot of different names. There's a lot of titles in reference to God, but of course his real name is Jehovah. He's our Abba, meaning Father. He's a God of everlasting. He's all powerful. He's a God of authority, a God of order. And he chastises those whom he loves. And I'm one of those that he loves. And you also. He don't hate none of us. He hates what we do. And he hates the lifestyles that we may live that's contrary to him. But he don't hate us. We're his creation. We're the humans that he put here on this earth to help govern this earth. But he's the God over this earth. If you didn't believe that there is a God, then how would you be today? I've already answered the question on my behalf. How would I be if there wasn't a God? But how would you be if there wasn't a God? What would you be doing? And I know that a lot of people don't serve God. I know that. A lot of people, there are a whole lot of atheists. There's a whole lot of ones who say they believe in God but don't care nothing about him, because they don't try to serve him. They don't try to understand them. They don't try to read up on him. They don't try to talk to him like in prayer. They don't try to worship him. They don't try to do anything in reference to God. And there's a lot of people out here that say they one with God, but they live a double life. As God's word said, a double-minded person is unstable in their ways. And you don't want to be double-minded, because you don't want to be, like I said, you either be cold or hot. But lukewarm, he will spit you out. So if you don't believe that there is a God, and please don't ever try to tempt God. Don't test him. Don't test him. Now, I'm going to tell you about these two individuals that did. Ananias and Claudia. What's her name? Claudia, I believe. No, it wasn't Claudia. Ananias and his wife, if no mistake. And I'll stand corrected if I need to be corrected. But anyway, they wanted to go, and they wanted to join the Christian community, the family. And they went to Peter and told Peter that they would go and sell their possessions, and they would bring what they the money that they got from their business and what have you, and they would bring it back to Peter. And then when all of a sudden they went back and they wanted to inquire about how much their land was worth and whatever other belongings they had. Okay, once they gotten the money, they went home to count it out, and they wanted to keep back the larger portion, and they wanted to give the smaller portion to the community. You know, first of all, they wanted to join this community because they felt like when they got older that they'll have someone to fall back on. But anyway, when they felt like, because they could get away with this with Peter and the community, they felt like they could get away with it and nobody would know that they ever kept back any part of that money that they got from selling off their business and the land and whatnot. But they forgot about one person, one who's above them, that knew everything that was going on. And they lied, but just like Peter told them, when you lie, you first lie to God, because he see you already. He know you already, know what you're going to do. So it's not like you're getting away with that. You lie first to him, then you lie to the others. And they lied to Peter along with everyone else. They tried to make themselves look all good, you know, like let everybody see that they're giving this larger portion here. Want to make sure they know exactly who they are, so they can get the recognition and handshake or whatever else. But anyway, because they lied to God, when he stepped forward in front of Peter to take the money, his wife stayed behind. She stayed behind. She was feeling sick or some kind of way, but it wasn't that. It was just because she knew what she was doing was wrong. And when he went to take the money to Peter, then he told Peter talked to him and told him, he said, he asked him, was he sure this is all that he had? You know, is this what you got for what you went out to sell or whatever? And he told him yes, but he knew he was lying. But Peter told him, because I'm sure the Lord had foretold Peter ahead of time that this man is coming, but he's coming falsely. And so when Peter talked to him and told him, about him lying to God, he died right there. He died. Because you can't test God. You can't put God to the test. And you can't feel like you can get over him and think you're going to get away with it. And so when he died, he had the individuals to carry him off and bury him. Then here comes his wife. His wife came inquiring about where her husband was, because he's been gone such a long time. And Peter asked her the same question. Why would they try to dishonor God? Why would they try to lie to him and say, you're going to do this, but then you turn around and do something very different? And he told her the same ones who carried off her husband were going to be the same ones that carried her off. And it happened. So both of them died. Testing God. You do not put God to the test. Now he tests us, but you cannot put him to the test. So that's the God we serve. He is a God of order and respect, and a God of discipline. He don't want us to lie to him and act like everything is all good. He don't want that, because it's gonna come back on you. But anyway, I just want you to know how and why I believe that there is a God. He went 6 whole days and created everything that we were going to need before we got here. He wanted to make sure that we would be set, in other words. Wouldn't have to want for anything. He made everything starting off from nothing. And man cannot do the impossible that God has done. Now, I'm not saying we can't do anything that people feel that's impossible. Don't misunderstand me there. I'm just saying we cannot do this as God did. We have knowledge, and we have skill. We have so much going for the human mind. But the thing is, we don't have that much, the power that God has. We don't have that amount of power. Now, he give us power to control those things in our lives, the things that we can. But as far as how in the world would I begin to know how to make sun? And if I know how to make it, how would I know how to stick it up there and make it work? How would I know how to place a moon and make it work? How would I know how to make it rain? And I can get in the shower, but God does that. He allows the water to come through and flow freely, so I can take a shower. Only thing I have to do is go turn it on. So other than that, and how I know how to go out and plant some fruit seeds in the ground. I know how to do that. But it's still going to take the almighty hand to work through that soil and make it rain on those seeds on the ground to bring a good production of fruit and all that. It's going to take him to allow things to produce. I can do but so much that he give me the control to do. But other than that, he does the rest. That's how I know there is a God. When I'm sick, he heals me. He heals my body. When I'm hungry, he makes sure I have something to eat to sustain me. When I'm in doubt, he's there. Not my friends. When wee hours of the night, when I need someone else, no one else is there for me in the wee hours of the night but him. I can wake up any time of the day and talk to him, any time of the night, and he's there. That's how I know that there's a God. I'm talking to you because maybe you may not know that there is a God, or maybe you may not believe there is a God. Maybe someone has gotten to you, such as the enemy may have gotten to you, gotten through to you by someone else. And maybe a situation has come about wherein you just don't trust God right now. So if you're that one who don't believe in God or don't believe that there's a God, I promise you, if you go out there and you try to push on a tree and see that it won't move, it's because God made it to be where it can stand on its own. If you go out there and pick up some dirt and just feel the earth, don't wonder who allowed the earth to be. It's God who did all this. He gave us everything we need. And yes, man has the power to create a lot of things. But I promise you, this earth is not one of them. Yes, man can think up and create cars and all this technology and make processed foods and all that. Yes, it's true. But there is a God above all of that. This is the God who gave man this ability, this skill, the brains, actually, the know-how. So please don't ever think that there is not a God, because you wouldn't be sitting in front of me. I mean, you wouldn't even be viewing what I'm saying right now if you didn't believe that there was a God. Or actually, if you didn't believe there's a God, just sit back and monitor your body. Monitor your body and monitor things around you. And if you can, and then you will see. You might not see God because he's a spirit, but you can feel him if you let him. If you have faith enough to believe, you can feel his presence, and you can see all these things around you to let you know that there is actually a God. He's the creator of all things. The heaven, hell, or Hades, earth, mankind, beast. He's the creator of all these things. So just some way, somehow, begin to believe. Trust him, pray to him, talk to him. Listen to what people have to say. Those who are not trying to be God, I'll say like that. The ones who are not trying to be God. But actually listen to what those ones who are telling the truth. And yes, it's hard to know when people are telling the truth, but go to your word. Go to the Bible. If you don't have a Bible, don't own a Bible, don't know what a Bible looks like, research it. Go to the bookstore. But I promise you, you will see Bibles all around from where people haven't actually taken them up off their shelf. You will see Bibles. If you have technology, you can look it up on the internet. And you can go to your Play Store and access your online Bible. And some Bibles you do not need internet to read it. And please start from the first book, first chapter of Genesis. Genesis is the beginning of the Bible, and it will walk you through actually what God did in the first 6 days of creation. And it also, through the whole entire Bible, it will let you know about God himself, his character, his ways. It teaches you a bunch of examples, using a whole lot of people, as examples, has a lot of prophets, a lot of soldiers that was on fire for God. I say soldiers because we're one with the Father, and we're fighting. We're always in a battle with things that's going on in our lives, today and yesterday and whatever. But anyway, just you got to find out for yourself. I can't believe for you. You have to believe for yourself. Only thing I can do is come to you and try to help you understand. And in other ways, is try to get you to a point where you can understand. But I can't feel God for you. I can't worship God for you. I can't do any of those things for you, but I can pray for you. I can pray for you. I can intercede for you. I can touch and agree with you. I can also lay my hands on you, and I can also be a blessing to you. I can love you. But as far as accepting him in your life, I cannot do that for you. So just, believe God. Begin to believe him. Once you begin to believe him, get a relationship with him. Get on one accord with him. I promise you that will be the best moments of your life. And you will see in the end how great your reward can be. I am Sherry. This is Word on the Street. Be blessed.